Welcome back to Dadulthood, and for something a bit different. Hi, welcome back to Dadulthood. Today we're going to be doing something completely different. So, embracing the dad in Dadulthood, I have, rightly or wrongly, decided to get my son, my eldest son Gene, who's just turned 16, a moped. So it is a very, very cold time of year to be doing this, but he'll learn. He's behind the camera today. He's going to be doing a bit of a filming whilst we have a look at the bike. There are a few service items we want to do before we actually start using the bike. I rode it over here and it rides really, really well. It's a 19, it's not a 19 at all. It's a 2015 bike, so it's 10 years old, but it has done less than 6,000 miles. This is a Yamaha Aerox, so it's the Aerox R, little 50cc. And it is one of the last of the two-stroke mopeds that kind of got made because two-stroke's been banned in the UK, I believe. On new bikes anyways. They're all four-strokes. So the two-strokes are generally just a more powerful bike. Not that I want Gene to be on a really powerful bike, but also I've ridden a 50cc Echo that we got, Duran, my wife, a few years back, and that was just awful. It just had no power whatsoever. So this thing's a little bit better. I rode it the other day over here, which is about 3 or 4 miles from home, and it rode fantastically. It could do with a bit of a service, so we are going to be doing a few things on it today. We're going to be starting by doing the drive belt and the Variator, which sit behind this panel here. It's quite a straightforward job, very basic tools, something you could do at home in your own garage, so it's not a not particularly onerous task, so something we just want to get on with today. That should make the pickup a bit easier, so when you throttle away, it revs a lot without doing much to begin with, so I think there's quite a few warm parts in there. So we've bought some parts which we're going to have a look at today, and we're going to start by taking this cover off and seeing what we find. Okie dokie, so we want to get this panel off here, which is literally these looks like 6mm hex all the way around. Looks like there's 100 of them or so. What size is that? It's actually a 5. Well, I'm going to put some gloves on because it's chuffing cold here.
I'm going to try and keep my hands in my pockets most of the... I'm just going to watch.
Yeah. It is 3 degrees outside and therefore it's like 3 degrees inside. Right, so let's get this one off. This is loose, which is always encouraging. It's the very long one, yep, okay. So we know where that goes anyway.
Yep. That's not coming off.
Okay, let's pry it out then. Hang on.
Ooh, that's
there we go.
gross.
Right. And there we go, there's our kick. So this is a really old kick on this as well. Just gonna double check you can see. So we also noticed that this kick, when we kick it over, it doesn't retract very easily afterwards. So we're going to give that a good old grease up in there as well, so the kick flicks back up a lot easier. Yeah, this is really dirty, and it's got a bit of a dodgy old gasket on there. So we might actually buy a new gasket for this as well. I didn't think we'd need to do that, but yeah, this is in really shitty.
There's a screw there.
That's not. So these are basically they're like locator dowels.
Okay.
So put it in the right place so you don't end up screwing it off centre.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a really nasty old thing. So I'll order one of those before we put the casing back on.
Yeah.
But we'll do that in this video. So
the belt doesn't even look that bad.
It's probably not that bad, but by the state of that gasket, I would say it probably could do with doing. Okay, so what we've got here, we've got the clutch system back here, and this is the Variator here. So basically, as it throttles up, as it spins more, it squeezes that and then turns the drive shaft, okay?
Yeah.
And this flicks out and it changes the speed. So this is what actually wears out. And I'll show you, we've got a new one. There's the new belt that we've got going in, and this is the new Variator. So it's quite a straightforward piece of kit, and it replaces the thing back there. So this main part comes off here with one nut there. Belt comes off, this comes off with off the sides off the back. The new one goes on. It's got new rollers in the back as well, which I'll show you in a moment. And then to get the belt completely off, because it's very tight up here, I don't know if you can actually see that, so because it's very tight above that, you do need to take this assembly off the back to put a new belt back on. It's one thing being able to take the old belt off, why you can just cut it off, but you won't be able to get the new one back on. So we'll start with this one first, and we'll get that, get the old Variator off, and then we'll get onto the clutch assembly. So first things first, we're looking at probably, I think it's like maybe a 16 mil or something like that. No, maybe 17. 17 mil. And then we'll need to hold that one as well. So let's get that. Where's that socket gone? There it is. So this one, actually I'm going to put an extension on it, right in the way of all the filming. Apologies.
Do you reckon Halfords do gaskets?
Right, so if I try and turn that now, obviously it's going to try and move, isn't it? So we need to grip hold of that at the same time. So I'll do that with some wrenches, with that. Give that a go. Oh, hang on. Come on. There we go. Right. Keep going. Do you want some gloves?
Yes, please.
It's cold, isn't it? There we go. Okay.
Oh, it's been off for ages, I think.
Thank you. So we've got the one nut, comes off. This slides off. There is a piece here with a washer on it, which comes off. So there is a washer on the outside, you'll see, just the one. Okay, and then there's the slotted piece there. Okay, keep it all together. This plate comes off the back. Yep. Piece goes on. There we go. Right, so this is the front piece. So I'm going to give that a clean up as well. That's the front part of the Variator. And then what we're replacing is the back part of the Variator, because that has the rollers in it. And as you'll see, it's not the most complicated thing to do. So we'll slide the belt off. It should come off quite easily.
Yes.
Probably with the Variator, to be fair. But, so the belt is off. And we'll worry about the rest of that after we've done the rest of it. Like that. Stay there for me, somewhere out of the way. So we've got one washer, okay?
Yep.
So we'll put this side of the Variator, we'll put this side. There's a spacer, but it should come off with this bit, I think, probably. It's all a bit worn, so it doesn't want to come off very easily. Like that. So that comes off. And the little rollers might come out as well, so they have, look. These little rollers come out. But we're replacing those, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay? We'll have a look at those in a minute and you'll see just how worn they are. Okay, get this backing plate needs to come off as well, so this does need to come off.
Yeah. Don't they have flat spots as well?
Yeah, they do, yeah, and they really have on this one as well, which is good to see. So let's see if I can get that out. On there. Is there enough? No, he's not quite long enough, that puller. That's annoying.
Woo!
That's that. Right. So that is on.
Yep.
Right, these as well, these little things come out. But this is all part of the old system. Okay? Come on out, you come as well. You give me grief. Right, so all these bits get replaced. So we've got, this is the old one. So I'm going to show you these old rollers, look.
Yep. Oh, they're so flat.
So look how
gross.
flat some of these are, look. Look at the flat spots. All over the place. I don't know
If you
can
hit them
see
in the
that.
right light, then they'll literally
Yeah.
just shine. It's so weird.
There's loads of flat spots on these. They're just dreadful. I saw one which was really bad.
But then these ones are so much different.
They're all really flat. All of these are really flat, which means it doesn't work properly. So this whole thing gets replaced. This whole variator gets replaced. The old one's in there.
My fingers don't work.
This also gets replaced as well. Got a new one in there. This piece here with these plastic bits.
Yeah, we already got the plastic bits.
Everything else is okay in here. That's where the starter motor goes in, by the way. So the starter motor's behind that. If we ever want to replace that, it's a bit of a noisy starter motor. Under those bolts there, that comes out the back.
Okay.
Nice and easy thing to do. So we don't need to change anything else in here at the moment. I am going to give it a bit of a clean out, I think, before we put the new one in.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to get some cleaner. Right.
Might buy some new stickers for it. On the buttons.
Yeah, knock yourself out. I don't mind. Not literally. Right. So that's clean enough. So we get the new one. So that's the old one.
Yeah.
Where's the new one? There's the new
The
one.
new one. Oh, I thought.
So this can actually all go in place as it already is, but I'm going to take it apart. Actually, I'm not going to take it apart. I will show you how it's made up. So this panel comes off the back. We've got these nice new rollers in here. Now, before anyone asks, no, this is not a performance upgrade. You can get different weights of these that throw out and different centripetal force and all that kind of stuff for extra performance. This is not them. These are standard rollers in this variator, okay? I'm not speccing this up to make it faster for Jean.
You're not upgrading my bike.
So we need to put that goes on.
I'll do that
then
in a
that
later
goes on,
video.
doesn't it?
I'll do that in a later video.
Really, that's a different size to that. Did that go through there?
No, it didn't go into
It
it.
did, yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
We'll have to get a different one.
Yeah, that's annoying.
That is annoying.
That's got different bushing in it. So what we might do...
Switch everything about.
Yeah. So,
Because this isn't even that bad.
hang on.
It's just a little bit grubby.
So this one here, what we've got for the moment, hang on, take it out. So keep that. But that bushing in there is a different size to the bushing that we've got in there.
Can you actually take that? But
I don't really
it
know
looks
why.
completely different.
Yeah, they are different, but it should still work. It's for the right bike. But it's a different bushing. So I'm going to remove the rollers. I'm going to give that a clean up quickly. And I'm going to remove the rollers and put that in here, because there's nothing wrong with that. To be fair, that's absolutely fine. I don't really know why they changed that. I guess it's because this thing wears out. I don't know.
Because look, that's also got the grid, and this has got any.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
got just empty gaps. It's also very dirty. You're not worried about your floor getting grubby.
No. There we go. That's that. Okay. Right.
Looks good enough.
Yeah, it's not in bad condition, that, to be fair. There's nothing really wrong with that. I am just going to get some cloth and just give it a good old clean out. Right, so that's cleaned out. So we're just going to swap these rollers out now. I'm just going to do 2 at a time. They don't go in a particular way, and it should just fit in. Yep, they do. Like that. I may very well come back and do this again with the right kit off camera, but for the time being, it seems to be okay. So these rollers are okay.
We'll do.
So they go in there. I'm going to see if this new part fits in, because that's got new extra bits and whatnot.
Yeah.
And no, it doesn't. So I'm glad we're using the right one. I think because the whole thing's a bit bigger. Where's the other kit? Yeah, that one.
And because that's also amazingly dirty.
Yeah, let's give that a clean. Right. Okay.
Thought it was broken. I
And
did.
that one. Let's get that in.
So why aren't we changing the other variator, the one on the front? Why aren't we changing the one on the front? The one
What
that
do you
we
mean?
saw the one that we saw at the start. It's got the spikes and that.
That main bit,
Yeah.
we don't need to change that because it's not worn out, which makes me realise that this needs to be changed either.
Yeah.
So that doesn't need to be changed. That's not really that's a non-wear item, I would imagine.
Okay.
Trying to get this in isn't particularly easy though. Right. There we go. That's on. And then we need to get that in there, which is going to be fun. Hopefully not. But There we go. Right, so that's in there. Okay. Then, next bit was washer.
Washer.
Okay. Then we need to put the belt in. So let's get rid of that for the moment. We don't need that.
Oh, new belt.
So we need to get the old belt out first.
Yeah, that's true.
So you get that one out.
Yeah.
Right, so I've been told that you can't get these past this thing if you're trying to change it, but it's to me, you can. No, you can't. So, before we put this back together again, we're going to remove this clutch assembly back here and take this panel off so we can actually get the belt off itself. Okay.
Oops, sorry.
Change you over a little bit. Hang on. Okay, we can have a quick look at getting this the back. This nut at the back here is quite a big one actually. It's like 24, is it?
Also, careful because there's just rollers all over the floor.
Oh yeah, you might want to pick them up actually, yeah.
Yeah, I want to do that. I'm just moving
Right,
this.
so that's 24. Let's get that one off. What size is that? That's the big one. 1 second. I really need to reposition the socket set. That'd be useful. Right, so if you see, if I try and do this now,
Yeah.
hang on. It's just going to move the back wheel. Okay, which is it's really geared. You've got to even hold the back wheel. So what we're going to try and do is, you're supposed to use like a whizzy gun, but as I haven't got that to hand, I'm going to see if I can do that. Hang on.
How many rollers is there meant to be? How many rollers are there meant to be? Wait, 2, 4, 6.
6, yeah.
Count.
I'm going to get my thingy, the belt, hang on, because it's bigger than a oil thing. Oh, it's going to fit, that's handy. Right, so this will grip the outside, hopefully. That's the plan. So it needs to be gripping like that. Not like that, thank you. And then that side, we should be able to do that.
That's such a cool tool.
Here we go. So simple tools, you don't need tons of stuff. This is literally an oil filter removal tool. So that's, you know, the peanuts in Halfords, they're not expensive. So I'll get this one off.
That's genuine. That is actually such a cool tool.
Right, and that one, and then that. Where's that washer? So that, and the washer. We'll give it a good old clean before we put it back on.
You had a 50cc bike back in your day, didn't you, Dad?
I did, yeah.
What was it? DT?
I had a DT50, yeah.
Nice.
So this is the clutch assembly nut. That's that. These basically fling out and grip. When it spins round,
Yeah.
it flings out and grips the actual thing. So these need to be cleaned. I'll give them a good old clean.
Yep.
This should slide off, like that.
Perfect.
That off. So you can either go straight back on now with the new one, or give it a clean. I am going to opt for giving it a bit of a clean.
Sometimes you... Oh, sorry, hold on.
Like that.
Sometimes you don't even need new parts. You just need to give it a clean.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Well, these things don't get. Nothing happens to them, so people just leave them. I'll give it a wipe down as well, I think.
Because it's so goddamn cold.
Yeah.
It's like... I feel like it was 3 degrees when we were driving with, like, the wind blowing on us. I feel like it's, like, 1 still.
It isn't very warm, yeah.
Not very good riding weather, says Dad.
No, it's not. We've got a slight crack. I don't know if you can see that. Isn't that crack there? So I might get a new clutch for this at some point as well. That's running
Crack
the,
where?
just there. Is it?
I can't...
Going
Oh,
across.
wait, no, I do still
Yeah?
see it. Yeah, yeah.
So we might get a new clutch for this. And again, a whole clutch assembly is like 50 quid.
Now there's definitely a crack there.
Yeah. It's about 50 quid for a clutch assembly. So it's like, it's such a cheap bike to work on. They're terrific, they really are. Right.
And such a fun bike to use. When Dad was riding it, he said it was really fun, but really cold.
It was, yeah, it was great fun. And it was bloody cold, yeah. Right, let's give that another heat up. Right, that's dried off. I'm going to get my yellow one. Just going to go on the inside of this where the belt goes, because that's a bit grimy in there. Right. Okay, so that is the whole clutch assembly, and I think that gets replaced when you do actually the clutch. So So let's get this in. Hang on. Don't want anything getting on the clutch. Right. So this goes back on.
Pudding.
Doesn't go that way around, does it, idiot? It goes that, does it go that way around? Does
Yeah,
it go?
yeah, it does. Because I remember you taking the belt off. You had to pull that out slightly.
Yes. So let's get that on. Yeah.
You sausage.
That makes more sense. Right. So yeah. So that slides back on. Leave it like that for the moment. Where's the belt?
The new belt. That's the new belt.
Right. This has a direction of travel. That's that way. So the arrow is pointing that way. Let's pop that on. Now, what I found is that because I saw on some other videos, these belts, they stretch over time. So, and where's the belt?
I have no clue.
It's the same thickness. Yeah, so they stretch over time. So what happens is that, despite the fact that they're supposed to be the same size, when you put this on, trying to get this over that bit is really difficult. So what you might end up doing is doing both at the same time. So you might end up doing it like that, and then getting this bit over at the same like that. You can see it's quite tough.
Yeah, yeah.
So you might need to lever it on. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll work it out. So
Oh, the belt's actually meant to go on that little grippy
Yeah.
bit.
yeah, that needs to go on there. You see. So what we might need to do is might need to do that first. I don't know, and then get that back. Like that.
Like that.
Like that.
Is the belt actually on?
It's on to a degree. So what we're going to keep, I'm going to do that. So it's on, there we go, that's what we want.
Cool.
So that's in the right place. We need to get this on, so the washer's already on.
Yep.
This then goes on.
And then the big bolt head.
Hang on, now you've got the funny shaped thing. Where's that gone? That thing. This thing goes
yes.
on. It goes that way around, I think, like that. Like that. There we go. Okay.
Coolio.
Next, we've got to do, so we will come back to doing the clutch at the moment. We'll get this piece on. So that goes on there. Like that. And then that. And then we've got the bolt, nut. Like that. Okay.
So with the rollers,
Yep.
is it the heavier the rollers are, the faster it goes?
I think so, yeah.
Because then it like grips it harder and like
Yeah, I
pushes it
think
more.
so, yeah. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I think something along those lines, yeah. Right, so that's in, that's on. We just need to tighten that one up. Let's get that one on. And then we'll see if it works.
Fingers crossed it does.
Right, so if you can't get torque on it, just get a bit of whizzy gun on it instead. There we go. That'll be fine. So let's get the other piece on. So that's that.
I'm so excited.
So that one had, this one had the fly, well, the flywheel. I'm guessing it's some kind of flywheel.
That's so dirty
So
as
give
well.
that a clean up. I might give that a clean up as well because that's what the clutch touches. Then it's the washer. Then it's the nut. All right. So let's give that a bit of a clean up. If you look round that, you can see. You could just do a bit of an emery cloth on that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of sandpaper on that. Give it a bit of a clean up.
What's an emery cloth? Just sandpaper?
Emery, yeah, it's like wet and dry sandpaper. I'm not entirely sure why it's called emery cloth. I think I'm the only one who calls it that now.
Oh.
There we go. Right, give that another bit of a clean off. Oops. There we go. Right. Give it a... Yeah, that's better. Yeah, it's much, much smoother now. Okay. So that goes on there. Okay. Then the washer. Then the nut. I'm going to do the same thing again. I can grip it with the oil filter thing, but if you use a impact driver, it is a lot easier to get that torque on it. So there we go. That is done. So
it's spinning faster than the wheel, is that?
So that's how that works. And this is all right. So what we're going to do, I am going to start the bike up. I'm going to open up the things, and we're going to leave this all off at the moment, and we're going to have a look at seeing it run. Okay?
Yeah.
So let's have a bit of a tidy up, and then we'll come back to the camera. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh, need to open the garage doors. 1 second.
Otherwise, we're
We'll
gonna
gas ourselves out.
Yeah, like we did with Clifford. Do you remember that? Do you remember when we did it with Clifford by accident?
Yeah.
That was
Set all the
funny.
carbon monoxide alarms off.
We just sat outside in the cold for like 15 minutes.
Right. There's not much fuel left in this either.
Okay. Ooh.
Right. What I want you to do,
Yep.
very gently,
Yep.
raise the revs of the throttle. Bit more. More. Yep. And again. And hold it. That's it. Right. Okay, lovely. Yeah, that seems to pick up a lot quicker. So I'm going to put the case on the outside.
Yep. Get out.
Two-stroke rules. I'll put the case on the outside. We'll get a gasket another day, and I'll take it for a quick spin, and we'll see what it looks like. Let's get this back on. There we go. That's all of them done. Right, I'm not putting the kickstart on yet because I need to put a new gasket on. However, I want to take this out for a quick spin around the workshop, around the yard, to see if it has made a difference. So what it was before is that you have a lot of throttle before it did anything. I'm hoping that it should pick up a bit quicker this time. So let's see what it's like. Right. Let's see if it makes a difference. Whoa, such a powerful beast. Why need a new clutch? Oh, it's better.
Huh?
It's better.
It's better, is it?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so it's still a few revs to begin with, but I think that's probably because of all the cleaning fluid and stuff. Yeah.
That looks so much better.
Yeah, pulls away. It's got a lot more power to it when it pulls away. Yeah. So that's that.
So that's my bike, folks.
That's quite a nice, simple job to do at home. Like I said, I'm not going to take it out like this at the moment. I want to get a new gasket, and then we'll put the kickstart back on it as well. But yeah, it's an easy job to do. It's an easy bike to work on. I think I'm going to buy a new clutch assembly as well while I'm down there. I'm going to do it anyway. It's such a simple job. I've got to take that panel off again anyway to put the new gasket on. It doesn't take much to fit a new clutch assembly, so I will do that. These things are so cheap. The roller kit, the Variator kit, and the belt together was just under 30 quid. So for a 16-year-old with a part-time job, you can maintain these. New battery I got from Halfords with a trade card for just 25 quid. So we've got a new battery, new belt, new Variator for like, what, less than 60 quid.
Also, before Dad used the trade card on the battery, it was 38 quid. That's still so cheap.
Worth getting a Halfords trade card, absolutely. Don't forget Halfords, actually, because I buy a lot of stuff online, and you always think it's going to be the best place to do it. But if you get a Halfords trade card, that was a hefty discount. It was 38 quid down to 25 quid, and that was cheaper than anywhere I could buy that battery online. By about 6 or 7, 6, 7, rubbish, by about 8 quid. So, well worth going to Halfords, well worth getting a trade card. Get a trade card. So yeah, we're probably going to do a few more bits of servicing on it at some point, oil change, coolant, all that kind of stuff. But arguably, it's not a bad bike already, so I'm reasonably chuffed with how it is. So I'll get that on off camera, get it ready, but the next time you see this bike, we'll probably be doing another service of some kind. So thanks for tuning in. Hope it's been useful for you. I would encourage anybody, if you're going to get a moped, don't buy one of these brand new Lexmoto jobs. They're just rubbish. They look great, they really do, and I looked at one, they do look awesome, but it's just cheap rubbish underneath. A lot of bike companies won't touch them if you need anybody to help you with them. A lot of the parts are throwaway parts rather than service parts. This being a Yamaha cost me as much as a brand new Lexmoto Diablo, and it's 10 years old. So you do pay a bit more for them, but this thing will last a lot longer. So that's it for me at the moment. I hope it was useful, and I shall see you again in the next episode.